Hello and welcome to another edition of Serving St. Clair County. I'm Sheriff Tim Donnellon, and today with me we have our vet tech from St. Clair County Animal Control, Amy Berry. How are you, Amy?
I'm doing good.
Well, thanks for coming along on the show today.
Oh, thanks for having me.
And today we're going to talk specifically about animal control. A lot of people don't realize how involved we are. It's part of the Sheriff's Office, and specifically the vet tech program and what some of the duties you do in our adoptions. But before we get there, you've been with us a little while. Tell us a little bit about your background.
Well, I went to Baker College in Port Huron.
Well, that's our partnership. We love Baker.
Yes. I only went, I graduated in 2010, so it was just recent. Decided to change my career and work with animals. And I worked at a private clinic out of there, and then got hired into animal control.
Okay, so far so good?
Oh, I love it. I love it.
Well, I think people be interested to find out how dogs and cats, when they come up for adoption, how they get there. And, you know, we have large dogs and small dogs and cats, but let's talk about dogs. Walk us through the process, how a dog comes in animal control, and what happens from there.
Well, there's two different classifications of dogs.
Okay.
There's dogs that are given up by the owners, and then there's strays.
Right, and I know there's a ton of those that we pick up in the patrol cars out there.
So, for instance, a stray dog will be brought in, and one of the animal control officers will check in the dog, fill out the information on the sheet, color, estimated age, sex of the dog. They'll take a picture, and they'll scan the dog for a microchip.
Oh, okay.
We scan all the animals for microchip.
Find some from time to time?
Yes, we do. Okay. Yep, and we can reunite them with owners. Once they're done with that, the dogs are taken to an holding area, waiting area.
Okay, waiting area. And how long before they're out of there before they can be adopted?
Well, it depends.
Okay.
If the dog comes in with a collar or some type of identifying mark, or it has a microchip, then it's held for 8 business days.
Okay, so if it's got some sort of identifier.
If it's got some kind of identifier, it's held for 8 business days.
And you would think that the first place you'd look would be animal control, but people don't sometimes.
I would think so, and that's the first place I'd look, but a lot of people don't. Now, if a dog comes in as a stray and there's no identifying marks, it seems like it's been homeless for a while, it's held for 4 business days.
Okay, okay. So if someone's animal's lost, best thing they can do is come out to animal control and kind of see if it's been picked up and reclaimed.
Yes.
Do you get a lot of that?
We do. We get a lot of calls also, and there's a lost and found list that we maintain. If somebody's lost an animal, they can give us a description, and we'll put it in the book.
Okay.
But the best thing is for them to come in because, you know, if they have, for instance, a black lab, and we've got 5 black labs.
We need to come take a look at it.
They need to come and see if one of them is theirs. We won't be able to tell.
So we have dogs that are just straight up strays, and then we have ones that we think maybe belong to somebody. They both have a window of time that they're put in like a quarantine?
Yes.
Okay, and then after that, let's say nobody picks up either one. How's the process for them to be adopted, I guess, or rescued?
Once their holding time is up.
It was 3 days and 7 days?
4 days and 8 days. 4 business days.
I'm wrong on both of them. All right, 4 and 8.
Then I'll take them back to the medical exam room.
Okay.
Give them a thorough exam, nose to tail, basically.
Sure.
We test them for heartworm, and in the case of cats, we test for feline leukemia. And then animals that test negative and have no underlying health concerns will get their vaccines.
Okay, so they all get their shots. And
Yep.
All right.
If an animal maybe has a health concern, it might stay in the isolation ward for a little while until it's recovered from that.
Okay.
And then it gets placed up in the adoption center.
Okay. And once they're in the adoption center, we have pretty good luck. Tell us a little bit about that and how they're adopted out.
Well,
Well, we've had such good luck with the dogs being adopted.
Yes.
I mean, a lot of them are just people coming in, and then they.
We have a terrific program. Yes, citizens can come in. They ask, you know, if they're looking for a dog or a cat, and we'll take them to the appropriate area, and show them that what we have available.
Sure.
We also have our animals listed on Pet Finder on the computer.
And we do the Furry Fridays, so they're on the WBTI on their website as well. And I know we have them on our Facebook page in the department. So there's a couple different avenues that are out there. So come in and
And
purchase your dog. Okay.
Yeah.
And then when you get the dog, what's the price for the dog?
dogs, it's $120 for
Okay.
the adoption fee.
Okay.
Cats is $75.
So for the 120, the dog's already been completely vet checked.
It's been checked out by a veterinarian, been heartworm tested.
All their shots?
And had their shots.
Okay. And their license.
And
comes with it?
they're also
Spayed or neutered.
spay or neutered.
Okay. Perfect. Perfect. So you guys handle that in our partnership with Baker.
Yes.
So basically
Yep.
$120, and it's dog in a box.
And it's a great value.
Yeah.
Because if you were to get all that done at a veterinarian at a private clinic, you'd probably pay at least that much, if not more.
Right. And the license is there too.
The license is included.
So there's an awful lot of behind-the-scenes work that's done with the vet tech as far as preparing the dogs, getting them all ready, making sure everything's healthy. Mm-hmm. Perfect, perfect. Well, and we've had a great a partnership with Baker College. That's made a big difference in our animals, hasn't it, with Baker?
It has. It has. I think it's a wonderful program, and the animals get medical care over there, and the students at the college also, they get to work with the live animals.
Right.
So it's good for the students.
So when you were a student, you were probably working with our animals first.
Yes.
Okay. And then
Yes.
went full cycle, graduated, became alumni, and then came right over to our place.
Yep.
So just kind of a great partnership.
I think so. I think it benefits us and the college.
Okay. So when you think about it, you have the dogs and the cats. Some are strays, some are owner give up, some are just lost. They come up for adoption, and prior to that, they get everything done for them. Shots,
Yep.
physicals. Baker College checks them out, and they get their licensing and spayed or neutered. Now, what happens if their puppy's too young to be spaded or neutered?
If they're too young to be spayed or neutered, there's a voucher.
There's a voucher.
that they can
Perfect.
use.
So they'll just go back to their veterinarian, or the veterinarian. We have the
There's
relationship.
veterinarians that
Accept the vouchers?
That accept the vouchers.
Okay, all right. Very, very interesting. Well, anything else we should know on the animal control? It's been successful.
It is.
Going
It's
well,
very
yeah.
successful. We have lots of great animals in there, so hopefully
right.
people come on down and take a look.
All right. Well, Amy, thank you so much for what you do with the animal control. That is one of those those unsung, very difficult jobs at Sheriff's Office back in animal control, because you're kind of out of the sight of the public a lot of times. They come in, they wouldn't see you in there.
I am. I am.
So they don't know all that goes on behind the scenes. So, well, it's been very successful, and again, great partnership with Baker and great employees, and finding lots of homes for dogs.
Yes,
I
and
know-
that's the most important thing.
And we've had a lot of employees that have come in and picked up the dogs and picked them up, cats as well. I know I got one, and several of the different deputies down there. They might bring in a stray and then come back the next day. It's like, let me look at them again, and before you know it, they're buying them. So. All right. Well, Amy, thank you for joining us here at Channel 6 here and talking about the animal control and our partnership with Baker. So sure appreciate you taking some time.
Oh, sure. Thanks for having me.
Sneaking out from behind the animal control there and coming over to visit us. And speaking of Baker, when we come back, we are going to be showing the segment where we were at Baker College. We recently had a trip there to Baker College, and we met with Stephanie Johns. And this is Sheriff Tim Donnellon, serving St. Clair County.
Is she thirsty or diabetic? Is he tired or arthritic? Subtle behavioral changes can be early signs of disease in pets. These changes are often less obvious in cats, which can be better than dogs at hiding illness. But a wellness exam from your veterinarian twice a year can help detect, treat, or prevent many health problems before they become serious. So call your veterinarian and schedule your pet's wellness exam today.
Welcome back to Serving St. Clair County. I'm Sheriff Tim Donnellon, and we are here at Baker College in Port Yorn Township at the Veterinarian Technician Program. And I'm with Stephanie Johns, the Program Director.
Hi.
And Steph?
Hi, nice to meet you.
Well, you too. Well, Steph, before we get into the whole program on the Veterinarian Technician Program at Baker, tell us a little bit about your history, a little bit about you.
Okay. Well, obviously, I'm an animal lover. I got involved in veterinary medicine way back in 2000. I started working as an assistant at a local practice, decided that I really liked the medical aspect of animal care, so I decided to go back to Baker of Flint, and I actually got my veterinary technician degree at Baker of Flint.
You're alumni.
I am an alumni,
All right,
yes.
good,
So when
good.
they brought the program here to Port Huron, which is where I live, I decided to come and apply, and I started out as an assistant instructor, helping in the labs and teaching some classes. Moved into a full-time position in 2007 as the clinical coordinator, and then in 2011 I was promoted to the program director, and here I am.
So you've been here quite a few years then.
I haven't been here.
Absolutely wonderful. Well, listen, I know it's been a great relationship with Animal Control and Baker College, and it's been very good for the county. It's been great for Baker. Show us a little bit about what we do here, and I see we have all different rooms here.
We
Let's,
do. We have quite a bit here.
okay.
Actually, this is a full-service lab. We bring the animals in for the day, and they stay with us. They have kennels. The dogs will stay in the dog area. We have cats that will be in the cat area, so we're able to separate the species. When the animals come in, we will do anything from physical exams to blood testing for heartworm disease or feline leukemia for cats. We vaccinate the animals, and then we actually get to my favorite part, which is the surgery room.
Okay,
And
let's
if you
head
look
over
at
there.
the surgery room in here. This is a fully functional surgery lab. The animals will, of course, get their physical exam, they'll get their immunizations, they'll make sure that they're healthy enough to receive surgery, and then they actually will come in here. We will hook them up to an anesthesia machine. They'll be monitored on ECGs to check their heart rate, their respiration rates, their body temperatures, and their blood pressure.
Just like when we're in the...
Just like in the human hospital. We actually even put them on IV fluids, just like they do in the human hospital. And we monitor the animals very closely while they're here. So we monitor them after they're here as well. But they'll come in, they'll get their surgery procedure, and here the students are actually involved in the surgery procedures. They start out simply observing the procedures when they first start in the core of the program. They move on to monitoring the animals, and then this quarter, today, as we had earlier, they're actually involved in the surgeries.
So it's quite an operation here. Heated tables, the whole
Heated
9 yards.
tables, yep, we have the heated tables. We have the surgery lights that give good lighting for the surgeons. We have a variety of monitoring equipment, and the anesthesia machines that we use, we actually have a couple different ones that the students use to learn different anesthesia effects of different gases and that sort of thing. So we don't just use one protocol, we'll use several so that the students are familiar with many different things when they actually get out and practice.
Well, I know with our partnership, it's been very beneficial for the animals, specifically, coming from the animal control, where we're a county entity and we're there to stop the spread of disease and unwanted pregnancies. Tell us how it's benefited with the county level.
It's really terrific being involved with the county. Our students are required by our accrediting body to do certain skills. They have 300 and some essential skills that they have to learn before they leave and take their board exams to try and get their veterinary technician license. The benefit we have is the animals that you are able to provide to us allow our students to practice on a variety of different animals without having to repeat those procedures on the same animals. So it's really beneficial to our students to see a variety of different animals and get the practice as much as they possibly want to.
So we get we provide the animals, and the students get the real life
Students get the
work.
experience,
Oh,
yeah,
perfect.
And they, they get the satisfaction of knowing that what they're doing is going to make a difference for these animals.
Well, let's take a walk outside and see more of the shop here.
So, like I said, we do the surgeries here, which is fully functional, but we're fully functional in every regards. The animals are able to stay, like I said, we separate the species, but we do have an area where the students are responsible for preparing surgical packs and making sure that instruments and suture material and anything else that's required for surgery is available at the time that it's needed. So that would be done over in this area. The students also learn how to do radiology. We have a fully working radiology suite where they'll take radiographs. They'll also learn how to use an ultrasound machine, and we actually just recently got a dental radiograph machine, so they'll be doing dental radiographs. They actually do that for a full quarter, so they get quite a bit of experience in the radiology room. As you can see right now over on the side there, we've got a few students that are actually finishing up some paperwork from a dental procedure that we did on another animal. So the animals will also come in not only for surgery or for x-rays or for shots and blood work, but they'll also go back to the dental area and get some fresh, clean teeth.
Well, it's you hit a really interesting point when you look at the medical field. And I was thinking about this when you said that earlier. You have dental hygienists, you have doctors, you have nurses, you have anesthesiologists, you have x-ray technicians, you have all of these different practitioners in the medical field. when you become a veterinarian technician, it is all encompassing. One shoe does it all.
Yeah, we do everything, and not only do we do all of those things, but we do them on multiple species. So not only do we have to learn how the x-rays or the dentistry of, a dog and a cat, but also a horse and a cow and a sheep, and all those different animals. So it's actually very, very extensive training that the students get across the species on the different areas of veterinary technology that they'll be practicing in.
Tell us a little bit about the program itself at Baker, how long it lasts, how many credits, and let's talk about Baker, because it's been such a good partnership for us.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks. Baker, the veterinary technician program here is actually an associate's degree program. If it is done on a full-time basis, it can be done in 2 full years. Many students will choose to do their prerequisite portion of the program over about a 2-year period of time because they can do it part-time. There is, when they actually have completed their prerequisites, they actually compete to earn acceptance into the program. We take 15 students each year in what we call our professional track, which is the students that get to do most of the work with the animal control animals. When they're in that professional track, that is full-time, it is a day program, and it is a year long. So the students are very, very involved, and it's a very intense program for that year period of time.
And they're competing to land those slots.
Yeah, absolutely. We actually have 59 students right now in our first year, and of those students, and they're going to complete their prereqs at different phases, but of those, there's only about 15 students that would actually get a seat in the program if they all make it through their prerequisites. It is tough.
Now tell us, what would a student that's interested in the career, what would their steps be to become a vet tech?
Yeah, that's a really good question. I get that question quite a bit. Things for high school students that they would want to focus on is their maths and their sciences. There is a lot of science that's involved in veterinary medicine. We do a lot of work with medications and figuring out different dosages, so a strong math background is also very important.
Thank goodness I'm a cop.
Yes. Well, it wouldn't have worked for me until my second career, which is this, because I wasn't big on sciences either. But if I can do it, I think anyone can.
Perfect. Well, I'll tell you, this has been a wonderful partnership with Baker College. Like I said, we have animals to bring in. You have students that want to learn. It just it couldn't be a better match. And we are tremendously grateful. With the tough economic storm everyone's in, when you can partnership up with your local college, who is a stakeholder in the community, it just, it really makes life easy for us. And we're happy to have this partnership. And this is, when we return, we are going to be back at St. Clair County Animal Control with our Animal Control Director, Stephanie Ignish. And this is Sheriff Tim Donnellon serving St. Clair County.
All over America, people are taking the national radon test. Have you? Answer true or false. Radon is a radioactive gas.
False.
True.
It's true?
It's a natural gas?
The Office of the Surgeon General recommends all homes be tested for radon.
False.
False.
True. Radon is the second leading cause of lung cancer.
False.
It's true.
Yeah, totally surprised. I never would have thought that.
I don't even know where to go to have it checked.
1-800-SOS Radon.
If I don't take care of it, nobody else will.
Hi, I'm Sheriff Tim Donnellon, and welcome back to serving St. Clair County. And now we have a regular on our show, Stephanie Ignish, our manager at Animal Control. How are you,
Hello.
Steph?
Good.
Good to see you back here on the show.
Glad to be back.
Earlier in the show, we talked about animals and how they're brought in and how they're checked over and how they're put up for adoption and the whole process. We've had a lot of luck in placing animals. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, we've actually worked really hard on placing animals on adoption. First, most important is trying to get them back home to their parents, to their
absolutely.
homes.
Yep, and that, and just putting them up for adoption, also returning them
Yes.
to where they belong.
Yep, our
for
reclaim. I feel we've worked really hard, and it's been very successful. And then try to get them through adoption and get them back to homes.
Absolutely.
Yep, huge network to get that work done.
Now, do you have some numbers of how many dogs have been able to be placed with a family, or maybe just returned? I mean, that's as important when you have
Yes.
the
Yep.
upset child at home because their dog ran away.
Yes, that's hard to sit with. But in 2011, we returned 327 dogs back to their owners.
327.
That's a lot of dogs.
A dog
back
a day
home.
going
Yes,
home. Wow.
Yes. And then we were able to find 317 new homes. So that's.
So as many as you're returning, there's that many going out the door to somebody else.
We get a lot of them, and the ultimate goal is to find them a home, if not their own. But and also 6 puppies were returned home, and we found 61 more puppies, a new home.
61 puppies is additional. Wow.
And then we don't have as many cats or kittens adopted,
Right.
but, because it is kind of hard, but we have returned 21 cats back to their home.
Really? Lost
Yes,
cats?
yes, lost
What do you
cats.
think cats would get lost? Seems to
They
me like
slip
seem
out the
to-
door. They're just easy. I mean, they're not as noticeable as a dog when they slip out the door. You know, they get on a mission too.
And then they get turned around and that's it.
Yep, they just find
Mm-hmm.
places to go. But 48 cats and 7 kittens went out to adopt in homes too.
Perfect. So we're about 7 dogs and 1 cat a week then.
Yeah.
Really.
It's amazing, I think.
You
It's,
know, a
it's
5-day
very-
work week, that's a lot of animals moving in and out of there.
Yes. Yeah.
And you know, I think a lot of people don't realize that, you know, animal control doesn't shut down. You know, when they close the doors at the traditional hours, you know, then you have the deputies are out picking up strays all night, all afternoon.
Right,
And when you come in the morning, you have work waiting for you.
Right, it's a 24/7 operation.
Sure. I know that when I come out on Fridays for our Furry Friday, a lot of times in the back garage, I can hear the dogs barking, and you know they may have been there for a while.
Right, yeah.
A couple
They're
hours
overnight,
from the evening.
yeah.
Over the nights, absolutely. Now tell us, can you go about adopting an animal from our shelter? Tell us a little bit about how we adopt it, a little bit on you know, the costs and some of that.
Well, when we first start out, someone's interested in adopting an animal, we always suggest them come in, or we suggest our website, petfinder.com, and they can view the animals there and pick one out and then come into the shelter and view the dogs in one-on-one. We tell them bring your family in so they can interact with the animal, make sure the animal's good for their home, you know, whether it be a cat or a dog. And 9 times out of 10, they fall
leave
in
with
love
one,
right there.
absolutely.
But they'll go through a brief contract and, you know, make sure that the animal's got a good home
Sure,
and whatnot, brief
sure.
contract. And it's $120 to adopt a dog.
Great
That
deal,
includes, oh
really.
yes, awesome deal. All their shots, spayed or neutered,
Okay.
and we give a free license for the current year, also
Perfect.
with the adoption. And the cats, $75.
Can't go wrong.
But that's all this
All the-
testing,
all the
our
tests, all the
our
shots,
and
ready to
spayed
go.
or neuter, and ready to go home. So
Well, what you always do on our show is bring a guest.
bring a guest.
Who do you
Yes,
have?
we do.
Who's your
we
friend
have
today?
Spice. Spice is a calico.
Beautiful cat.
1-year-old female, and she's a little antsy.
Very pretty colors.
But yes, yes.
We had a calico.
Oh,
Oh yeah,
yes.
yeah. It was named Lego because our kids were so little they could hear calico, they couldn't say it.
Oh,
So
that's
it ended up Lego is what they thought
that's
we were
cute.
saying. So we had Lego the calico.
yeah.
Nice cats, beautiful colors to them.
Yeah, she's,
And we were just talking to her
kind
mo-
of like painted. you
Yes,
know.
and they're always female.
Always female. It's very rare that you get a male, and usually if it is a male calico, they're usually sterile. This is information from our vet tech.
All right.
So I learned something new on that. And she's got polydactyl toes,
Well, that's a handful. I'm not even going to try to say that. But that's a lot of toes.
which just means she's got more than a normal amount on her on her feet there. But she's ready to go home.
She's for sale.
She's for sale, ready to go home.
Tell us our hours out there.
We're open Tuesday through Friday from 8:30 till 4, and then on Saturdays we're open from 8 to 3. But our adoption hours are a little bit different. Tuesday through Friday are from 10:30 till 3:30, and then on Saturdays from 10 to 2:30.
Perfect. So get out there on Saturday.
Saturday's a wonderful day to come out.
And you can go to our website as well.
Our website too, through the Sheriff Department, you can go through there. We're also on Facebook.
Yeah. So we have our St. Clair County.org. St. Clair County is all one word. You go to .org, and then there are division tabs. You just click on animal control, and it'll give you everything about that.
Right.
Now we have our Pet of the Week
Yep.
highlighted on our Sheriff's
Facebook.
Office Facebook page.
Yep.
And you can go to our Facebook page on our website.
Right.
So if you go to the website, there's a link to the Facebook. So you can also do it by typing in facebook.com/stclaircountysheriff.org, and
Yes.
that'll get us there.
Yeah. Lots
Well,
of ways to get to know our animals here.
There is, and also on WBTI, they have Pet of the Week on
Yep,
Furry Friday.
Fridays,
you know?
every Friday morning at 8 o'clock. Sheriff or one of our
Yeah,
officers are there.
absolutely.
And
You've done it a few times.
I've done it a few times
So
too.
that's on Pet Finder.
Yes.
So
Yep,
we have the
petfinder.com.
WBTI, we have Pet Finder, we have our Facebook, and we have our department
Our
website.
department website too.
So it seems like a lot of good ways to be able to find a dog.
Oh, yeah, if
or a
you're
cat.
looking.
Absolutely.
The links are out there.
And everything and anything comes in animal control.
Everything and everything.
You know, whether
know,
it's a
it's-
St. Bernard to a
if you're
bulldog
looking
to
for a
a
specific
mutt to
breed,
a
yeah.
hunting dog to a lap dog, you name it.
Right.
And same with cats too. And
Oh,
I
yeah.
can't tell you the names of cats.
All
but
makes and
red,
models, we
orange,
say.
yeah, makes and models, everything you want. Well, Stephanie,
Jeez,
thank
it's
you
going to run
for
away.
joining us today on Animal Control.
Thank you
It's
for having me
always
again.
good to have you every show and bring us a guest. And I think Spice here will find a friend.
Oh,
And
yes.
I'd also like to thank our vet tech, Amy Berry, and Stephanie Johns from Baker College program. And this is Sheriff Tim Donnellon serving St. Clair County.